This video is brought to you by WeGotSoccer.com, offering all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing plus on-feet video of the Nike FC247 Bomba Finale 2 Premium in the latest cool gray, atomic orange, and Volt colorway. Now inside the box, all you get are the shoes themselves. They do not come with any extras. So let me get these out of the box really quickly. And if you guys could take a second to leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. So here is a look at the premium edition of the Bomba Finale 2, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering what's the difference between the premium Bomba Finale 2 and the standard variation. And the answer to that question is simply the colorway and nothing else. The materials are the same, the fit is the same, therefore the general performance is also the same. The only difference, like I mentioned, is the colorway in this particular situation, which is Brazilian themed. We're seeing a lot of that as we approach the World Cup. It features this kind of Brazilian street art graphic here on the outside of the shoe in the form of the Nike branding here. Really cool graphic in my opinion. It does make this colorway particularly unique versus all the other Bomba Finale ones. Although it isn't very loud, for those of you guys wondering, it's a mostly black and gray base with some subtle hints of color throughout in the form of the Nike swoosh, the laces, and then one more Nike swoosh here on the outside. But for the most part, this one isn't going to make you stand out on the field all that much. If that is something you're looking for, then by all means go for the premium edition. Again, just keep in mind that the quality of the shoe, the materials used, the fit, and just general performance is identical whether you go for premium or the standard variation. The other unique aspect of the premium edition is going to be the insole, which is made out of the exact same material. It's that very kind of dense, really high impact type of foam, actually very high quality insole, but of course it does feature again that Brazilian street art graphic across there. Very cool looking in my opinion, and a nice little subtle touch that Nike implemented on all of the premium edition FC247 series, at least at the top end level from what I've seen so far. So in terms of the colorway itself, like I mentioned, you have this cool gray base. I believe this is what they call cool gray. I don't think it's the sole itself. But basically it's like a medium to dark gray with a matte finish against that Nike Skin upper. All the Nike Skin area as well as the fuse going around is of course that gray color, and it looks really, really good. And then of course the mesh area is a black, with your Nike branding being, again, two colorway shades of gray, just so you can see that graphic there. The inside swoosh is Volt, and then you're going to have a slightly darker gray in the form of this kind of textured area on top of the Nike Skin upper. Now this atomic orange area here they have in the form of the Nike swoosh as well as the laces is not a particularly bright orange. I'm not sure how it's going to show up on camera, but I would say it's kind of a toned down variation of bright mango. It's not the same atomic orange we saw on the CTR 360 Maestri 3 that released pretty recently. It's much more toned down than that, and for the most part, if you're looking for orange on your shoes but you don't want to be standing out a lot, this is the orange to go for, because like I said, it's definitely more subtle than you might expect. And again, you have that in the Nike swoosh as well as in the laces. And then you have one hint of Volt here on the upper in the form of the Nike swoosh here on the medial side of the boot. And then moving on to the outsole, again, you have a lighter gray, that same gray found on the upper, and again, more atomic orange and more Volt in the studs themselves. So that's pretty much it as far as the colorway is concerned. If you guys would like more information on the overall performance, be sure to check out the full written review on my website, linked down below in the description of this video. But for the sake of the video, we'll go over all the tech specs so you guys can learn a little bit more about what the Bomba Finale 2 is all about. Now, for those of you guys that like to ask the question, I play half my games on turf and I play half my games on grass. Which shoe should I buy? The simple answer to that question is you really should have one pair of firm ground shoes for natural grass and one pair of AG/turf shoes for the artificial playing surfaces. And this is really one of the best values out there. For around $100, the Bomba Finale 2 is kind of a top tier shoe in terms of the materials that it features. It offers a really high quality fit, and the level of performance and durability you're going to get on artificial grass, like I said, is really what makes this shoe a great option in its price range. Nothing really compares to it at this point in time. You can of course buy the top end AG models in the standard outdoor variations like your AG Hypervenoms, your AG Legend 5s, your AG Mercurial Vapor 9s, but then you're going to be paying around $200. So for half the price you can get premium materials from Nike, like Nike Skin Synthetic, which is what you find at the front of this shoe. It's the same Nike Skin you're going to find on the Hypervenom Phantom. It feels very good, and this one's actually reinforced for artificial grass, and that you have this kind of textured sandpaper-like reinforcement layer on top that is going to really strengthen the bond between the sole plate and the upper, as well as provide a little bit of additional grip on the ball. It also does come with ACC all conditions control, making this the cheapest ACC shoe that Nike currently has out there on the market. The back half of the shoe is made of this very thin mesh material, so it does change up the feel of the ball just a little bit. I wish they did make it entirely out of Nike Skin, but they didn't. And it's a thin mesh with like a reinforcement internal fused on cage, so it's not going to sacrifice lateral stability or anything like that. It's just to keep the weight of the shoe down and kind of cut down on extra bulk that isn't really necessary. You do have an off-center lacing system similar to the Laser 4, which is really what I would compare this shoe to. So again, if you're one of those people that really misses the T90 series, you'll probably enjoy the Bomba Finale 2 simply because it shares very similar shape and silhouette. The tongue itself does have a memory foam insert running through the middle as well, so for the most part it's pretty comfortable from right out of the box. It does have a slightly higher cut in the heel area, so it feels very solid and supportive when you have them on. The heel liner is made out of a perforated synthetic leather on either side of the ankle, and then the back of the heel is made from a very soft suede. So again, it's very comfortable to wear from right out of the box, and the suede does a good job of keeping your heel locked inside the shoe and preventing it from slipping around on you. I already showed you guys the insole. It is fully removable. And then moving on to the outsole, you have a full kind of hard rubber outsole with a turf/AG stud variation. So you have your standard kind of turf layout with these little nubs right here, and then you have Nike's AG studs here going around the forefoot area as well as at the back of the heel. Now these AG studs are designed specifically for artificial grass, and they really do a good job of making you feel like you're wearing firm ground shoes on natural grass in terms of the type of traction they provide. You get plenty of grip at push-off, but still that freedom to twist and turn when planted, not only making these a great performance option, but also making them much safer to wear on artificial grass in comparison to a pair of firm ground or even soft ground shoes, which is something that a lot of people like to do that I don't personally recommend. So that's pretty much it in terms of overall performance and what you need to know about the shoe. And move on next to a quick weigh-in so you can see how lightweight these guys are. Artificial playing surfaces are quite simply harder on your shoes than natural grass is on standard firm ground soccer cleats. Because of that, whenever you see an AG/turf specific model, they tend to weigh a little bit more just because they're more heavy duty in terms of how they're built. They use thicker, more durable materials, all for the sake of the longevity of the shoe. And that is definitely the case with the Bomba Finale 2. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time. Keep in mind this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. Going to throw it on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 9.9 ounces, so almost at that 10 ounce mark. Certainly not the most lightweight cleat out there, but for the most part, in terms of other turf style shoes like this one, this is about average in terms of weight. It's not going to weigh you down by any means, and in terms of, like I said, longevity and durability, which is something that a lot of people tend to look for when they're using a shoe on artificial grass, this is pretty much one of, if not the best option currently out there on the market. Of course, if you did want something more lightweight, there are options from Nike such as the AG variation of the Hypervenom Phantom or even the Hypervenom Fatal. Or if you wanted to go the Mercurial route, you have the Vapor 9 as well as the Veloce models, which are going to be a little bit lighter than the Bomba Finale 2 with those AG stud variations. But again, I would definitely put my money on the Bomba Finale 2 lasting a little bit longer just because it is more turf specific in terms of how it's constructed, and the materials to me feel a little bit more rugged versus those other AG models from Nike. So really it's up to you whether you want a longer lifespan or perhaps a little bit more lightweight, more performance oriented style of shoe, depending on what your preferences are. But nonetheless, the Bomba Finale 2 is a great option if you're going to be playing on artificial grass consistently. So that's pretty much it as far as the weigh-in portion of this video is concerned. And move on next to a quick on feet so you can get a better idea as to how these shoes fit and what the sizing is like. Alright, here's a look at the Bomba Finale 2's on feet, and from right out of the box, this is a relatively comfortable shoe. The one thing that I can say about the Bomba Finale 2 Nike skin versus Nike skin found on a Hypervenom Phantom, or even the Elastico Finale 2, is that it seems to be a little bit more heavily reinforced. You have a couple extra layers of fuse over top, and because of that, it is not quite as soft from right out of the box, and it doesn't stretch quite as much as what you're going to find from, for example, a pair of Hypervenom Phantoms. But that's not to say that it isn't still very good. It's still flexible. It moves very naturally with your feet. You can give it a couple hours of break-in time, and it will feel a lot better than it does from right out of the box. So please keep that in mind if you do go for a pair of these. In terms of overall width, I would say that these are not the widest shoe, but they're not a narrow shoe either. And for the most part, as long as you don't have excessively wide feet, you shouldn't have any issues fitting into this shoe. One thing to be wary of is that because the midfoot area is made from a reinforced mesh material, it's not going to stretch at all. So if you do have a fairly wide midfoot, again, just keep in mind it's not going to stretch at all in the middle area of the shoe, but you will get some flexibility out of the forefoot and the toe box area because it is made out of Nike skin. In terms of sizing, I find these to run about a half size small. Normally I'd wear a size 9 US, but in the Bomba Finale 2, I go up to a 9.5, and as you can see, the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. I'm right at the end of the shoe. So for the most part, if you are interested in purchasing a pair of these for yourself, I would say that they run about a half size small, so go a half size up for the best possible fit. Alright guys, that's it for my unboxing of the Bomba Finale 2 Premium. This is, like I said, a great option if you're going to be playing on artificial grass / turf, or any artificial playing surface in general. The price of the shoe, considering what you get, is to me very, very fair, and it makes this shoe one of the best values in terms of AG / turf models currently out there on the market. So as always, if you are interested in more information on the overall performance, be sure to check out the full written review on my website, linked down below in the description. Also on that review page, you will find the high quality images of my pair right here that I took myself, that'll give you a better idea as to how these actually do look in person, along with buy it now links with the best prices online, including exclusive SR4U coupon codes, allowing you to pick these up below the retail price. If you have any questions or suggestions, be sure to leave those down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information down below in the description. And other than that, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.